Hi there. Our meeting won't take much time, I want to say right away, but what I'm going to show you today, I highly recommend that you focus your attention on this. It will depend on what decision you will make in the future. So, there are certain problems, let's start with this. Earning money. Today, a very relevant question is how I will work, because not everyone can go to get a job today. I think you know what I'm talking about. Not everyone can go abroad and here too, I think it's understandable. And many of us, working for money, want money to make money. That is, these are the problems that exist today. I came across this because I have been working in an online business and earning more than 12 years, and I see what people mostly want. When I found out about the Galaxy company, which will be discussed today, I realized that all the puzzles had worked out. Here people are the first, they learn more about digitalization of everything. I recently talked to a person, or rather I was at his training, and this person is a very successful European and he has been running online businesses, online grocery businesses for a long time. And he said this phrase, something has changed in the market, in the online business market. At first I didn't understand what this was about. It turns out that the only thing that has changed is that everything is digitalized. And if today the company you work with does not have access to cryptocurrency, to study in this direction, if your company does not teach this today and does not give you the knowledge of how to get the most out of it, this company is lagging behind, very far behind. Digitalization, everything is digitized. We will not return to coinage. Everything is going to the fact that electronic money will be replaced by cryptocurrency and there will be a wide demand for it all. Already today, many companies are switching to the crypt, even today there are McDonald's that are serviced by the crypt. Already today, you can pay at gas stations using crypts, buy equipment through various online stores, and so on. And it's just beginning. Cryptomats are already standing in some countries and capitals of European countries. What are we talking about? Everything is going in this direction, we need to figure it out. But there is one problem in this all. Yes, we know that everything is moving there, a small percentage is involved now, and every month, probably, more and more people will show their interests in this. But there is a huge problem, the market is not educated, that is, people do not know what to do with it. Galaxy closes this issue. Today, in the education market, crypto education is very expensive in principle. If you know, then there is probably about $500 on average, it will be just basic training. That is, you pay for some kind of course from some blogger or someone else, on average, there will be $500 of such training, or a marathon, or something else. And you didn't understand anything, you didn't get any support, you gave the money, you pay yourself, you look at information on YouTube that is scattered across all social networks. If of course such an option suits you, you can choose such a case. Everything is much more accessible here. The information that is packed in Galaxy in this direction alone is estimated by experts to be more than $2,000, and I want to congratulate you on this, because this particular direction costs each of us only $150. You start developing with us in Galaxy. When I saw about it, knowing the numbers in general and how it all works, I didn't think for a long time. But that's not all, it's just one of the directions. Today we will, as I said, talk about money and how to develop in this, for example. And Galaxy's direction in the field of crypts is only one branch in the company. The second big offshoot is investment. What is it? This is when you can work, you can do some business, or you can do business with us, I'll tell you about it later, and you have some money. You are in risk management, which by the way they teach us, we have a financial course, or rather a course on financial literacy. And when you learn how to properly arrange all this, you will invest some part of your money in those assets that will bring you income. Well, for example, there is an average of 5% per month. Would you say it's impossible? And what if I tell you that everything is checked, everything works, and we already have people who receive an average of 5% a month from their invested funds? And they are getting more and more involved in this, they see real money when money works for you, when you don't go to work and spend there from morning to evening, and when you can invest a part of your funds, and this all brings you freedom over time. And the task in this direction is to reach a level where you can afford not to go to work, be as free as possible, and so on. Who wouldn't want that? Today, absolutely everyone wants and strives to quit their job, start living freely, wake up when they want, well, in general, and if it's all in the community of people you work with, it's just fantastic. We have a separate offer for such investors, because there is an opportunity to move from education to investment. There is one way, but if you don't want to study, if you well, there are such people here. I have people who say, I don't want to study. I have $10,000, I want to invest it so that I get 5, 7, 10% a month. Is there such a thing? I say, there is. With such people, we have another offer. And if you are also interested in this, contact the person who invited you, and he will tell you what suggestions we have. I'm not going to get into the topic of investments right now, because we have at least 3 areas today in which people invest from 5 to 10% per month. Clear, proven projects. Investment is always a risk. I think all adults here are watching information, but it is there and you can accumulate your capital, which will bring you a passive source of income. Let's talk about what all this gives us in principle. When I saw what Galaxy was, I realized that I was ready to talk about it, because, working in different product areas, I did not see this freedom, which everyone always talked about. There's passive income, freedom, you don't work for money. I was always involved in the processes there, I couldn't leave it. Here I see a specific freedom and I started talking about it. Out of 10 people I actually talk to, 5 to 8 people tell me I'm interested, I want to know more. I give them a video like this and say, if you're interested in this, then I'll help you figure it out. That's all you need to learn how to do today. We receive 7 types of income if we work and develop Galaxy company. We have cool marketing there. When you show people the opportunity to be knowledgeable in the crypt today, someone wants to spend, someone in oil wants to develop, and IDEO, Launchpads are a whole module of free tools. First get training, and then put it into practice in our Discord, getting all the necessary instructions. If you find such people, here you are, they can come to your team and study this direction. But there are people who are also among those of your friends. There will be people who will say, I want to invest, I'm interested in how money makes money, and a separate conversation with such people. But in general, you are building a team. The team that is involved in the business, which is involved in the processes, uses the company's products. The product is, as I say again, it is training, it is investment, and all this increases because people advise each other, the team grows, the company pays you money. 7 types of income. Listen, there are types of income when people earn more than $1,000 in the first month. I personally earned more than $1,000, because I showed people I know this information and many agreed with me, they became interested, and they got involved in this topic. And then you will be able to invest this money in those sources that will increase your income. In general, everything is clear here. If you're interested, the price of the issue is $150 and we work in the same team. You get into a chat, you get into a team party, a movement, no one will throw you, leave you. You will be educated in the direction of the crypt, you will have all the sources of investment, and your next step in training will receive all the necessary information. In my team there are both girls and boys, let's say, who come to invest, who come to the crypt, people earn thousands of dollars. Do you want to join us? There are already many results both in investing, in the crypt, and in creating a team. We invite you to join us. All you need to do now is contact the person who gave you the information. Right now, write down how much you are interested in it in general. I didn't give a lot of information here, the most important thing is to show interest. If there is interest, we move on, get more information and delve into the details. If not, you are not a modern person, you do not want to work for yourself, you do not strive for freedom, for development, you do not strive to create such a core, say people, successful people with whom you can reach a new financial level, then, there is no demand for it. Here, remember that who you surround yourself with is the person you become. Dad, this simple formula works in everyone in all areas. Well, Wladislaw Gavrilenko was with you. Right now contact the PM and see you again. Bye bye. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you are interested in something, under this video you can always find relevant contacts to contact me. Please note that there are several videos in front of you right now that may also interest you. Wladislaw Gavrilenko was with you. Before the connection.